Three, four. What's up, you guys? It is Sunday, and I had a whole bunch of topics. I wasn't too sure what to talk about today. I kind of had a day. You have days sometimes. What can you say, right? But I am enjoying this tasty Yamamoto Pale Ale from my friend Nick. He brewed this Rialto Brewing Company, so shout out him. Um, Pedals, equipment, money. What is it necessary? Are any of us actually going to make money off of making music? And over time, do we really need as much effects and sounds as we really do to make good songs? I mean, do we? I'm not too sure. I really don't know. If somebody could let me know in the comments, that would be awesome. Over time, I found the less effects, the less uh, glitter that you're putting onto the songs, per se. It's kind of lasts a little bit more. There is some outliers in that diagram, but that's far and few. I mean, there's a lot of prog bands that use heavy sound effects like the Mars Volta, things like that. You know, those that makes sense, but that's not everybody. Not everybody needs that much sound. And if you do need that much sound, are you really using it to what it's there for? The Mars Volta is one of those rare examples as a band where sound really isn't. It's not. It's not a problem. They kind of just. It's so experimental that you can't expect anything to sound wrong when you have no basis for what's right or wrong in their music, right? Like it's all just go ahead. Like, hey, go ahead, use that. Yeah, go ahead, use that. Which is a cool thing, right? But really don't think even now they don't sound like they used to sound because it's far and few, and sometimes it's okay to dress music down. It tends to, from my opinion, humble opinion, tends to last longer when you dress it down. It's not so of the time. When you listen to psychedelic music, the more stripped down, the more rock and roll bass it is, the longer lasting its lifespan is, I think. There's very synthesizer heavy psychedelic music that you understand is of the time, but that's not something you would listen to all the time. But there is bands that are more stripped down, more raw in nature, and they get tend to last a little bit longer on the lifespan or shelf life. I kind of just put them together on accident. I'm sorry. And I'm holding my mic now because I got tired of pretending it wasn't here. I kind of felt weird. And I'm holding my beer now because it feels more honest. This is my natural stance. I am here in my garage. I am here with a bunch of pedals. And that's why I was saying, let me check my time. That's what I was saying. How many effects do you really use? How many do you really need? And is it really necessary? Do they become a waste of money? Are they just sitting on the shelf half the time? And do you feel better about them knowing that you have them or that you don't have them, that you don't need them, that you want them? What is it that keeps us buying more effect pedals? Because it's not like I'm not a victim of the circumstance. Holy grail, love it. Great reverb. When do I use it? Never. It just is what it is, right? Metal Muff. I just bought it, just just to buy it. I just wanted to see what it sounded like, and I like to play. And I used to have one of the bigger versions, the longer rectangle wide box versions. So that one got stolen years ago. So I wanted to get another one just to replace it, and I got it. But ask me when I use it. Never. It's always just sitting there. Empress tape delay. Love it. I love it. You know what I do with this? I I pretend I'm a Rasta and I do sound systems effects with dub lasers and dub sirens. Dub You probably thought I was playing, right? No, I'm not playing. I like to play around with dub lasers and dub sirens and listen to heavy reggae music. But Is this useful in any other sense? It's kind of loud with the effect, and it bleeds through the chain. So is it useful in a live setting for a guitar? I'm gonna say not really, honestly. And I love it. I love it. Is it worth the money for what it is? But for a guitar or for a bass, I'm not too sure. In a studio setting, awesome effect to have. So Empress Effects, made in Canada. That's awesome. Tape delay. Like I said, it's not anything bad on them specifically, but is it in a live setting? Are you ever actually gonna use it? Come on. Let's be honest. I use this every once in a while. I don't even play live that much, but this is usable. You know, Big Muff OP amp with the boost. I like the boost version. That's why I have it. I like the boost for you non boosters. And my most useful pedal, but it's almost dying on me from how much I've actually used it, is the BB Green Screamer. It emulates, you know, the classic green tube screamer that everyone has. It's the same thing. It's just I like the design. I like the look. But it doesn't look like this anymore, which is kind of sad for me because I would buy it again if it looked like this, but it doesn't look like this. So it kind of makes me feel like, man, do I want to get another one that looks different? Not really. I want it to look like this. All right. And then just the tuner. Always useful, but $120 useful, $150 useful. I'm not too sure. But I guess you do get the lifespan out of it, right? I guess. Right? When any other $15, $20 tuner. In fact, any free tuner app on your cell phone would work these days. Just being honest. Free tuner app. iPhone. It works just as well as this. Come on. Microphones, I have them. Ask me how many times I've used them. Rarely. So is it I how much equipment is enough equipment, and are you actually going to use it? I have guitars that I rarely ever touch. I mean, I have guitars that I touch every day. Like I have this Squire Mustang. I got in a deal on OfferUp with that Gretsch right there for $300. I love this Squire Mustang. It's probably one of my favorite go-to daily use guitars. I got two Gibsons in cases inside, and I tend to use this a little bit more just because I'm not scared of this. I'm not scared of dropping it. I'm not scared of feeling bad if something happens to it. And I know it could take a little bit of a beating, and it kind of wants to. It wants to get worked over for it to get broken in. So how much equipment is enough equipment? Do we always need more equipment? I wanted to go get another pedal this morning. That's today's topic. Cause I wanted to go get another pedal this morning, but I realized, do you need another pedal this morning? Isn't there something in the house that needs fixing? Shouldn't I just spend $100 on a new ceiling fan or something? You know, every once in a while, instead of buying a new pedal. Don't get me wrong. I want all the pedals in the world. Yes, I do want all the pedals in the world. I wish I could have all the pedals in the world, but is it necessary? Nah, not really, right? I mean, this is enough to get me through the day. A green screamer and a big muff is kind of really enough. Tuners more than most. Everything else is kind of just extra. And this is coming from a guy who's wasted enough money on equipment and music to know you don't get much return on it in a business sense. So just do it because it's something you love. If you want to get all the effects in the world, I think you would be better off getting one of those modern, quad cortex XL Mini Line 6 Helix. Get all the effects in the world at that point. And buy all the, buy all the pedals too, because there's companies that spend time making these, and without these we wouldn't have some sounds that are part of the history of music. So yeah, they're worth getting, but just make sure you know what you're getting. I might have just killed my own argument right there. Does it really matter? No, man. It's cool. Yeah, enjoy music, enjoy effects. Me personally, though, green screamers. I'm thinking about starting a collection of tube screamers, tube boosters, tube overdrives, and tube boosters only. Tubes. I just want tubes. I want to hear every single tube possible. I want to hear every single tube screamer possible. If anybody ever wants to send me one, feel free to send me one. Get in contact with me. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll answer. If you want to send me a a green screamer, a green emulator, a green box, a green box. So that's pretty much it for today. We had a good weekend. It was a cool weekend, right? It was a cool weekend, right? I mean, a little war in Iran. It's a cool weekend, though, right? Right? Still alive. Still enjoying our own little personal days. That's cool. We get to enjoy our lives. Cheers. Hopefully, everyone stays safe, happy, healthy. Here's to a more fruitful 2026. Let's enjoy the music a little bit more. Let's find some more rock and roll bands. If there's any rock and roll bands you guys are listening to, I want to hear some good rock and roll. I made this page, Rockers Magazine, on Instagram a long time ago, and I've kind of kept it alive here and there, and it has a good small little following. So, if anybody wants to send me some rock and roll bands, feel free to send me some rock and roll bands. From anywhere in the world. I post a lot of like punk and skinhead bands on there. Not the bad skinheads, the good skinheads. So let's just put it that way. No bad skinheads over here. Also shout out my friend Zusu Gil for the shirt. Art LeBeau. Cheers and happy Sunday.